the difference, you obviously said there's a difference between LinkedIn, a difference between Instagram. So LinkedIn is probably more of a straight message, no?
100%.
And how are you focused on Instagram? Like, what are you doing to kind of what does that relationship building process look like?
Absolutely. So same thing. I kind of look for people in the same way on Instagram. So on Instagram, you can hashtag, you can just look people up directly. You can search people in locations and places. Josh Williams, which I'm sure you've heard of, he's one of the fastest growing agencies in FFL,
doubt.
zero
Killing
to
it.
basically $1 million in 9 months.
Right.
He's a beast. So Josh, I didn't know Josh. He comes from the same company that I did. We didn't know each other. I basically just hashtagged, found him on Instagram. From there, I followed him, liked a couple of his photos. He followed me back. Well, I would respond to his stories here and there. So I think he posted something like a cologne. And I said, oh, I love that one. So just building a small conversation. We got talking from there. And then I brought up the company that he was at. I said, oh, I see that you're crushing it with so-and-so company.
Sure.
How long have you been there? Oh, I've been here for 2 years. Awesome. And then I start the conversation about FFL. And at that time, Josh said, no, I'm not interested. I'm good with where I'm at. You don't want to ruin that connection.
Right.
So like, this is where I see a lot of people go wrong is they get so mad that someone doesn't want to join them. So they'll start like cussing, they'll start cussing them out over Instagram. Then they lose a follower, and that person, if they decide to come to FFL, they're not going to work with them. So I decided to keep good terms with Josh, and from there, I just kept dripping on him. I'm constantly posting on Instagram. So you guys, my objective every single day is to post at least 25 stories on every single platform. So it comes out to about 100 stories every single day. It could be anything from leaderboards to me taking a video selfie saying, hey, I just got out of a home, made $1,000 in an hour. It can be as simple as that.
Right.
Just sharing that every single day. And there's so much to share. It doesn't have to be your success if you're new yet. It could be someone else's. If you guys are in any of the Facebook groups, there's thousands of people in there. There's thousands of places to pull content from. But with Josh, I saw him watching my stuff all the time, and I kept replying to his stuff. And all of a sudden he goes, hey, do you want to get on a Zoom?
Just like that.
And yeah, just like that. So
now, you knew at that time he was done. He was ready. Right? Because he wasn't asking about a Zoom for you to join him. He was asking about a Zoom for him. He wanted to know more, right?
100%.
But you never had that message where, like, you never got on the phone with him. It was just a messaging situation that didn't go anywhere.
That's right. It didn't go anywhere. It was like 3 to 6 months of me just following him, responding to his stories, me posting all the time, just staying in front of him. I think that sometimes you're going to get people right away, just like that. Others, it might take some time, but the key is to stay on good terms and stay in front of them. And not only that, like, Josh wasn't my main focus at that time, right? I didn't care, like, whether he came or he didn't come. It, like, great, he's doing amazing, but I'm going to build a big business no matter what. So I was following it. Whatever I was doing to Josh, I was doing to 100 more people every single day.
Right.
Instagram, I think it caps you at a certain amount of people that you follow. But if you guys are just like it'll take 20 minutes, not even, every single morning or every evening or between appointments, just following people, adding them, getting in front of them, posting all the time. You are naturally going to attract people to this business.
No doubt. It's crazy. It's just, I want to go back to that message. I see you're over at X company, killing it. Awesome. And then eventually you move into family first life. How do you make that transition if someone wanted to learn that?
It's basically as simple as, hey, Mary, or hey, Mark, I see that you're with X company. How long have you been with the company? I'm not sure if you've heard of Family First Life. We're the #1 IMO in the IMO space right now, and basically go from there. It pretty much goes into detail, highest comp in the industry, warm buyer leads, all of that. So we try to be more direct with that on LinkedIn.
And just trying to see who bites.
Exactly.
Same thing, keeping the relationships, not getting upset. If someone doesn't, respond nicely. Now, if someone's out, how do you handle that? Do you say, awesome, let's just keep in touch? How do you handle that?
Hey, if you ever change your mind, let me know.
Got it. Simple.
Or when you're ready. That's what I told Josh. I said, when you're ready, let me know. That's what I said.
That's strong, yo. That's freaking
and it's
strong.
Like they're going to be ready eventually.
I'm in the driver's seat. I'm going to be driving. I'll still be driving when you're ready. Just let me know. I'll be driving. But you'll never be driving. Like, that's a lot of psychology just there. Like, we have the superior vehicle. When you're ready, let me know. I'm here for you. That's so strong.
It's sales. I mean, we're going to get I get 1,000 times more no's than yeses, but it's worth a shot.
100%.
Like some of our best agents have come from LinkedIn with no experience, no sales experience, no background in insurance, no insurance license. It's crazy. But it's like, you message so many people. Like, the thing is like, you're changing people's lives when you do that. You know what I mean? Like, I think of Caitlin Blackburn. I'm sure you've seen her.
Mm-hmm.
She started with us in April. Year to date, she's issued $600,000.
That's just been.
I know. But it's like, before FFL, she was about to lose custody of her daughter, and she was making $2,800 a month. So she wasn't even licensed. So like, if no one posted FFL or reached out to her, she wouldn't be here right now. She would have lost custody of her daughter. So you never really know who you're reaching out to or what's on the other side.
I love what we do, man. It's crazy. Now, you talked about staff and some of them doing it. So you're teaching people to do this messaging and this kind of back and forth on on any platform, right? Mm-hmm. How many people do you have in that position in your office?
Within staff, you said?
Yeah.
So we have one person that does our LinkedIn messaging and then manages our FFL Limitless page. We do a lot of it ourselves, Mark, to be honest, because like, no one's going to recruit as good as you do. No doubt. So like, people always ask me like, oh, who runs your Instagram page? How do you have time for that? I make time for it.
Right.
And honestly, no one's going to recruit off my page or like me like I do. And same for Hayden. But as far as like our FFL Limitless page and LinkedIn messages, we have one full-time staff member that's literally doing that literally all day. That's their role. Hey, you have access to our FFL Limitless Instagram page. You have access to our LinkedIn. Add people, message them all day. Okay. And that's what she does.
Are you teaching, like you're teaching them how to do it the way you're teaching our audience right now?
100%.
You're in there with them, same thing. Okay, cool. So you're getting action from your page, action from your business pages, and you're meeting somewhere in the, like, you're finding time to make all this happen. Is it scheduled for you?
100%. Another thing I want to add to, and I see a lot of people going wrong here as well, is your page is you're still supposed to brand and market yourself as well as your business, but I wouldn't do them both on the same page. So like, for example, like FFL Limitless, it posts all the leaderboards, new agents, first sales, whatever it is, past exam. That page is made specifically for that. And it's shareable content. So the reason we created that page was A, recognition is incredible. Everyone loves to be recognized. But B, it's shareable content. So like, I'm on my page, FFL Limitless post. Well, I can just share that.
Right.
Instead of just posting it from my feed. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Exactly. Where some people like on their actual page. So like, let's say my Instagram page, I don't want to post, you want to have a clean feed because people are attracted by clean Instagram pages. They want to see you. They want to see what you're about. They want to see your relationship, whatever it is. So with my page, I try to keep it like, hey, I'm branding myself, but my stories, I'm branding my business. Right.
Yeah. How do you schedule that out? How do you manage that? Is that just morning I'm doing X from this hour to this hour? Or is it, how do you play that out in your schedule?
It's money-making activities. So like if you're in the field full time, or if you're just extremely busy, you have 5 kids, like it's money-making activity. All the time we're doing something that's wasting our time. Like seriously. I remember like being in the field, like between appointments, if you get no-showed, what are you doing? Are you going home making yourself a sandwich, or are you using that time to build your business, build and scale your business? So for me, it's Jordan Lowry said something that stuck with me, and he said, if it's been 2 hours since you've posted, because your Instagram stories, your stories all over will tell you how long it's been since you posted.
Right, that's true.
If it's been 2 hours, it's time for another post, right? So sometimes if I know I have a busy day, I'm knocking out all 25 in the morning. So I'm just pulling things from different directions.
That's dope.
Facebook group, from our agency, new sales, whatever it is, I'll try to knock it out in the morning if it's a busy day. If it's, a lighter day, I know, hey, I'm scheduled with interviews during this time. I have appointments at this time. It's in between those. We can all make time.
Yeah.
When you look at recruiting through social media, it's kind of just like your sales approach. So if you're really good at sales, you can be really good at recruiting if you can connect the dots on this. And what I mean is that, for one, when you're marketing to people, the first thing on social media you have to understand is that if you try to have a conversation with someone, they're going to go look at your profile. So clean your profile up, look presentable, look sharp, make sure that you don't have 2 pictures of a cat and your grandma and then that's your whole Instagram. Well, because that doesn't fit the what you're telling me. Like you're messaging me to join your business, and then all I see is you and your girlfriend. It doesn't really look like you're building a business. So number one, you got to look the part. But no, once you move out of that area, when you actually get going and start recruiting people, you have this market of people that right now. So let's say I use Instagram a lot. Let's say you're on Instagram, you have 1,000 followers. Well, that means you have 1,000 people. You have 1,000 leads. Just like if you're in sales, you have leads, right? So now we've got to make sure that we don't just constantly post, because posting to the same group is kind of silly, because eventually they've all seen your post. They've been following you for years and years. They're like, dude, we get it. You're hiring. I haven't joined you in the last 2 years. Stop posting to the same people. So what you have to go do, that's like the equivalent of buying leads and then like calling the same leads over and over and over and never buying more leads. So you need more attention, new eyeballs. So all you do is go add people. So that's number one. Instead of buying leads for sales, it's the same thing, but they're free here. All you have to do is do the work ethic, which is going out and doing the sweat equity. So on Instagram, on the search bar, that's my favorite place to go. On search bar, I can pinpoint the type of person I want to work with, where they live, so many different other things. So number one, hashtags. If you guys are on Instagram and you hit the search bar, you type in a hashtag. Hashtags can be whatever you want it to be. The fastest way to grow your business is licensed agents. Hashtag insurance agent, hashtag insurance, life insurance agent, hashtag health insurance agent, hashtag insurance rep, hashtag life insurance rep. So these are life insurance people. Hashtag XYZ insurance company. You can target their companies and different people. Outside of that, what other things can we do that are creative, that are people who are in our space but not in our space? So for example, hashtag door-to-door salesman, hashtag B2B, business to business, hashtag direct sales, hashtag car salesman, hashtag realtor, hashtag solar sales, hashtag pest control sales, hashtag mortgage sales. All these people, if you reach out to them, they're in a space that's very much like ours, where they're doing sales and dialing and calling people. So I can kind of control the type of person I'm talking to. That's one method where I can go find people. All we'll do is add these people. Just like buying a lead batch. I go add 50 people. I go add 100 people, whatever.
This is following, correct?
Just following people, just add them on their Instagram, like a few pictures, 15, 20, 30, depending on how great your profile looks and how much value you're adding to people, they'll add you back. Well, now you got more leads to work. Nice. So for example, when people see me, like I'll post on my Instagram, hey, what's up guys? My name is Josh Williams. I run an insurance agency. We do this, that, and the other. And I'll post it and people will respond to me saying, bro, we know who you are. We've been following you for like 5 years. And I respond, I'm like, dude, that wasn't for you. Like, you're irrelevant. I just added 100 people, right? So I have a new audience constantly. So I can get them through hashtags. I also can pinpoint certain people itself. So if you know a large insurance influencer from a different company, maybe someone high up at a different company, or even someone that is known to be in a space where they run an insurance organization like, Ed Milet, Patrick Bet-David, even if it's someone like Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone doesn't have an insurance license, but he's in a space where people follow him, not because he's cute, but because he's in business, he's in motivation, real estate, he's a hustler. So right. If they follow him, I would follow them, and they can follow me, and we can both be on the same frequency.
No doubt.
So you can follow accounts, And the last thing you can do is location. In the very beginning, I live in Arizona. In the very beginning, Mark, there wasn't a lot of CRM leads in my space because we had so many people out here and they needed to crank them up. So I just took off and I was like on the road for 6 months straight. And I went over to the East Coast and hired a lot of people. But all I would do, location on Instagram, I would type in Richmond, Virginia. And it would pop up all the people that either recently visited there or that they live there. So I'll just scroll down to find like the main people that live there, add their profiles, like a few pictures, and they'll add me back. Well, that's the same thing as buying leads. We just extended our lead ability. Now, when you buy the leads, if you don't call the leads, you're crazy. You would be crazy. So now
you're speaking my language,
people,
bro.
We've got the people, and now we've got to contact the people. We can't just post and be like, I'm going to be so cool with this post and it's going to attract the whole world to join me. No. Right. I was going to people individually, sending out thousands of messages to build this thing. So once we get the people in this hub, we own their attention, we can market to them, and some of them will attract to us great. But more importantly, we need to go do the sweat equity, do the hard work, and say, hey, Mark, hey, what's up, man? My name is Josh, and we have a conversation. So what those conversations look like is now once we reach out to them, we're presenting to them. Same thing with insurance. Now we're going to present to the people about joining our business. Well, for me, in sales, if you can find a good problem, you can always sell insurance. If you can't identify a problem for the people or make them feel how urgent that problem is, they don't buy. They want to think about it. They want to shop around. They want to do whatever. Same thing with recruiting. I can have a conversation with you, but the problem for most people when they're trying to recruit others, they recruit from this idea of, have you ever heard of Family First Life? Do you want to make $20K a month? And that's like, I don't have a problem. You never identified a problem, but you're trying to give me an opportunity. An opportunity, Mark, is only something better than what I currently have. If you haven't asked me or helped me identify a problem in my life, how do you have an opportunity for me? You don't even know what I do.
Right.
I might not even want to get rich. I might love what I'm doing right now.
Right.
So what I'm doing is when I have the conversations, I break the ice with normal conversations. So for example, if I followed your profile, I see you post a motivational quote, I might swipe and comment on that. I see you in the gym working out, I might swipe up and say, yo, man, get that work in. Let me know where do you work out at? Or I might say, do you take any creatine? How often do you work out? Start a normal conversation with you. Now you'll say, yeah, I try to go at least once a day, whatever. It's a normal conversation and we're just talking.
Right.
And now, okay, that's cool, man. We should get together sometime and get a workout in. Are you local? No, I live out, over in Florida. Okay, well, I'm actually in Arizona. You're on the other side of the planet, bro. What do you do out there? Now we're going down this line of where I want you to go, which is telling me about your current employment so I can find a problem and get you up out of there. We ask great questions. That's all we do. We're just asking really good questions. So now we go down to this point of, well, what do you do out there? What do you do for work? Oh, I work at the bank. Oh, sweet, man. How long you been there? Oh, what made you get started there? Oh, what's your next plan? What's this? What's that? And these are just questions that lead you to complaining. Because people love to do one of two things. You complain or you brag. That's it. Everyone loves those things. Honestly.
Oh, I love it.
They brag or complain, and it happens every time. And they'll say, well, I mean, this is cool, but it's just temporary. Well, why is that? Did you go to school for that? Or, no, I actually didn't go to school for this. I wanted to go back to school so I can get into this business. Or they have all these big goals. Well, or they might say, I mean, this is a cool job. I make a lot of money, but I have no free time. Boom, that's a problem. FFL, we can solve that. They might say, it's a great job, but my boss is a jerk. FFL can solve it. They might say, I mean, it's all right for now. I'm not really making the money I want to make. That's a problem. FFL can solve it. Now I make an offer, and now I close. And all I say is, and I keep everything traditional. And it depends on the person. But if I'm talking to an insurance agent or someone in the entrepreneurial space, I can have a different conversation. If I'm talking to an everyday average Joe, I'm not talking to them about 20,000, 50,000 per month. Right. They don't even believe it. They red flag, scam, pyramid scheme, stay away. That's what happens to the brain. So when I make the offer, it's more so like you complain and I say, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. Well, my company actually is hiring right now. No guarantees. I could talk to my boss and my manager and see if I can get you a spot with us. Well, no one's going to be like, nope, whatever it is, don't tell me about it. They're going to say, what is it? What do you do?
Sure.
And when they say, what is it? Well, yeah, I'm in financial services pretty much families put requests in for their retirement planning, their mortgage protection, and then they also their life insurance. And my job is just to call them and help them get it set up. I mean, I make good money. I get to control my own schedule, so I like it. It's been great for me. I could talk to them for you though. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. That would be great. Let me know. Then I don't respond to you for a day or 2 days, and you see me posting on because again I have them in this hub. I own their attention. I own their eyeballs. I've got your eyeballs right here.
I love
So
it.
you see me posting, marketing, showing my team, and you're like, "Hey, bro, did you ever talk to your boss?" Right? Like I've got them on the hook now.
I love this.
So now they're like, "Dude, did you talk to your manager?" "Oh, my bad, man. Hey, yeah, I actually did speak to him. He said, unfortunately, we're not looking for any more sales reps. We already have a lot. We're actually looking to put people through our management program to start training people." So he said that if you are able, unfortunately, you have to get your license for this. If you can pass the exam within 10 days, they actually will pay for it for you. And then boom.
I
Well,
love
dude,
you.
that would be great. Yeah. What do I have to do? How do I get started? I plug them in, boom. And then they get into it and they get into like chats or they get immersed into FFL. And then they see Josh Williams and FFL knockout and million. Like, bro, you didn't tell me you were doing this. Yeah, it didn't matter. Like, and that's it. And that's how we move people from normal everyday people to joining FFL. That's how I do it. When we talk about numbers and 20K and show them how much I made and this and that, their brain cannot connect the dots on how you're making that and they're making that. They can't. It's just not real to them. To go from $2,000 to you talking to them about making 50,000 per month, it makes them doubt if they can do it. So I stay away from big numbers. I talk about normal things. I talk to people about, making a sale a day or a K a day. And we show them how to work. And then when they come in, dude, there's a process we go through to get people making money.
You talked about, closing down someone who's an average and ordinary Joe, but what is your close on an insurance agent? Same style.
So for that, it's a little bit different. These people, if I go follow someone who's in the insurance space, it's not rocket science. They know that I work at Family First Life. They can see what I'm doing. They know it's like you can't come in with the Trojan horse and jump out like you can't really do that, right? So when it comes to that, I use really my marketing to speak for me when it comes to licensed agents. I'll go down and add like 100 of them, and let's say 15 to 20 of them add me back. Well, they're somewhat interested because they see it's very obvious that I'm working at a different company and they're still going to follow me and allow their mindset to be disrupted by what we're doing. So I know they're open to communication. And what I'll do is I'll apply pressure. Like I do this in cycles. So let's say I go add 100 licensed agents. Well, I'll go hire 100 of them and then I will market towards those people for about 3 to 4 days. And then I have an app that tells me which one of them followed me back and which one of them didn't. So the ones didn't follow me back, they're not interested. I'll go remove them or whatever. Or I might just take a long shot and shoot them over a DM. But either way, the ones attention that I do have that did follow me, I'll market towards them and I'll put pressure on my marketing with my stories. I'll 10x my stories with a lot more things like, "Hi, my name is Josh Williams. We went from this to this in this amount of time," just sharing experiences. Maybe I might do a meet so-and-so post where, "Hey, meet Orlando. This guy joined me and had $500 in his account. 2 weeks later, he had 15,000. Give him a follow," right? So I will market to their eyes like that. But the conversations are more so focused on what problems they have. And every one of them are different. So for me, I was making money at the last company. I wasn't making nearly what I'm making now, but I was making money and my bills are paid usually between 15 to 20,000 per month. And my problem was different from other people's problems to where my people were broke as heck. And since I actually cared about my people, that was a legitimate problem for me and I wanted to solve it. So I would have conversations with people about, what's your end goal? Are you doing this temporarily to use it as a vehicle to get into something you love? What's the exit strategy? Is it waiting 10 years for your renewals? Is it this, that, the other? Like, how do you stop? Where do you go next? Are you wanting to build something? Okay, if you want to build something, how duplicatable is what you're doing? Like, is it very difficult to keep people when you look up every couple of months? Are you looking at a new team? So I'll say things that I know they're going through because I've been through other companies before, but all I'm doing ultimately is figuring out what problem they have and I'm speaking to that problem.
No doubt. Man, how many hours did you say a day you were spending on the DMs?
Well, it's throughout the day. So, even right now, people are messaging me right now that I've been in back and forth with, and I just do it randomly. If I'm selling, I'm selling. When I get done off the sale, I might send a few DMs. When I get off a call, I might send a few DMs. So it's just sporadically throughout the day. But what I do have is I have a checklist every morning that I do, that there's a bare minimum that I do, right? So there's like this 10 by 10, 20 by 20, 50 by 50 challenge that you can do that we use. And it's whatever you want it to be, depending on how out there you want to be. But for example, 10 people a day, if I made a guarantee to say, no matter what happens, I'm going to make sure I message 10 people today. That will take you 10 minutes.
Right.
You copy and paste a few DMs, it's 10 minutes. But if you message 10, you need to add 10 because you're going to work through your leads. You need new eyeballs, right? So when you message 10 people a day over 30 days, that's 300 people. There ain't no way that 10 people out of 300 don't join you and say,
right.
I'll go through the contracting process. So 10 by 10 challenge, I would do that in the morning before I start my day. So nothing's more important to me than before I start at 8 a.m. on the phones. I've got to make sure I've done at least 20 to 50 messages sent out, depending on how I feel. Some days it's different. Some days I do more, but every day I message 25 people every single day. And then they message me back, and throughout the day, I'm having ongoing conversations with these people, to where when I send that original message out every day, then every day after, eventually you just have this continuous thing going of this pipeline of people in and out, in and out, in and out, to where it's automated.
That's strong. Now, I wonder, I'm always like, all right, well, I'll do 10 push-ups a day. I'm like, what if I did 100? You know what I'm saying? What if I did 100 push-ups a day? So it's 10, 25, or 50? Is that what you're saying? Is that?
You make it whatever you want
Yeah,
to make
no doubt.
it, to be honest. But when I originally built this thing, when I was sleeping in my car, I would be crazy to tell you I wasn't sending at least 100 messages out per day. But I went from sleeping in my car with 0 people to, a manager over there with over 60 plus writing agents, all from scratch. None of that I knew at all. I was in a new city. I didn't know anybody, but I was messaging. I had to say at least 100 plus per night. But I was sitting there for a couple hours because I couldn't sleep, just on the phones, dude. So, and to be honest, you might wake up and get your morning routine done, work out, do whatever you do, and you have an hour blocked off, and that's your power hour, your growth hour to build business. You go drop however many calls you can. You can do it in time frame too, or you can have a target in terms of how many messages you want to send out. What I've seen is I would have a target on how many messages, because a lot of times people they say I'll do from this time to this time, and they sit there and they're not doing much at all but scrolling through pictures and stuff.
Yeah, got it.
But as far as like getting new agents started, I think something that we try to do is set like very clear expectations and structure for, hey, if you do these things, there's no way you're going to fail. And by the way, if you do these things and you're working hard and you have a good attitude and you do fail somehow, we're going to be there to catch you, because that's what people are scared of, right? They're like, Mark, what if I do all that stuff? I spend this money, I don't have a lot of it, and then it doesn't work out. Like, what then? Like, what if I have a bad week? So what we started telling agents, we get through contracting and all that sort of stuff. It's like, hey, Mark, because I'll be like, hey, Mark, you need to spend at least $500 to $1,000 your first dial day. Okay. And a lot of agents, as we know, I mean, I started out this way. I'm sure you did too. It's like, dude, I don't have, 10 grand to burn on this thing. I need to make money now. A lot of agents will go, hey, okay, but, will you help me with leads, or ask if for leads or anything like that? And I'm like, Mark, if I'll buy you leads, let me ask you this. If I was like, hey, Mark, you give me $1,000 today, I give you 5 on Friday, would you figure out how to come up with $1,000?
Yeah.
Go, yeah. Okay, got it. Well, hey, just so you know, working leads is the same thing. All right. So it's not that you don't have $1,000 to come up with, it's that you're not sure if this is going to work for you, right?
Right.
Okay. So let me make you a deal. If you spend your $1,000 on leads on Monday and you do everything that I ask you to do and it doesn't work out somehow, then I'll help you out with leads. Is that fair?
Fair.
All right, man. Do you want to know what the expectations are though, before you agree to it?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. What are the expectations?
All right, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on right now. After we get done with this call, we're going to go to the CRM and buy leads. Okay. We're going to get about $1,000 worth of them. Okay. Now on tomorrow is Monday. So I need you to be on Zoom or in an office dialing with someone on our team by 7:30 in the morning. Mark, this is not negotiable really. Like if you get on at 7:37, like it's already over at that point. Like we're done. We're cutting it off because we're going to put all of our resources to everyone that's doing everything the right way. So that's fair. Right?
Yeah, that's
then I need
fair.
to be prepared, dial day. You're going to get beat up. It's your first dial day. Okay. So we're going to get you probably 150 to 200 leads that you're going to purchase this time. But I need you to remember, you only need to set 10 to 15% of those to set a lot of appointments. So tomorrow we're either going to make 600 dials or set 15 appointments, whichever one comes first. Okay. And I need you to be communicating with myself or whoever you're working directly with throughout the day to get better as you're dialing. Okay. And we're going to make sure that you have, phone burner downloaded so that you can track all your dials and send over the reports to us at the end of the day. So we can make sure that you're doing everything the right way. Okay.
Yeah.
And as we go throughout that, if you make 600 dials, you should set 15 appointments. Now, Mark, I like to tell people this because I'd rather prepare them for that rather than be like, hey, man, you're probably going to dial from 7:30 till 9 and have 15 appointments booked. Because that will happen sometimes. But I don't want to prepare them for that when it's the opposite. I'd rather them think it's going to be really bad and then it's better.
No doubt.
And they're like, oh, cool, this is easy, rather than tell them this is the easiest job in the world and it's all sunshine and rainbows and everyone becomes a millionaire. It's like, that's fake. And I think so once you get through your dial day, need you to do a couple other things. Okay. I'm going to send you some training videos, very basic structure for your in-home, just to follow that. You don't have to do anything special and you don't have to worry about products. Okay. Because I need you to call me or whoever you're working with during and after every single appointment for your next 15 appointments while you're in there so we can help you close it afterwards so we can kind of, go over what happened and watch the game film on it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do all that. If we make it all the way to Thursday and you didn't sell anything and you didn't get paid and you do everything I asked you to do, because I know it works and you don't get paid, then I'll buy you leads. Okay. And Mark, there are some times where people come out and they have a bad first day and I don't want them to fail if they're doing everything that they need to be doing. Right. And Mark, the other thing that's really important is, we don't do complaining here. We don't do drama, none of that stuff. Okay. It's not a part of anything we do in our organization. So complaining is like if you call me just to tell me how stupid the clients are, how crappy the leads are, that's complaining. And it's not true because people are making a lot of money on this and helping a lot of families. So I want you to call me and ask me questions, how to get better, how do we fix what you're doing wrong, be very accountable. I'm totally in. But if you call me to complain, I'm also out, dude, because I don't do well with people complaining. So I let them know too, like we're independent. You can do whatever you want. But like if you want the extra advantages people are going to get, I need you to do this stuff because I know it works.
It's huge. And I mean, those word tracks and that ability to, you're doing that at scale. How many agents a week would you say you're having that conversation with?
I think myself, probably 15, 20 agents, something like that. But then all of our managers are doing the same thing and having the same conversations, Yeah. Because I do the same thing, Easton and his team's all doing it. All his managers are doing it, and everyone else on our team is doing it. And I also do a similar sort of structure for agents that we're giving agents to. And part of it is, hey, man, you guys got to be having the conversations this way if we're going to be giving you agents, because I want them to be successful, right? So similarly, Mark, like if we're stacking your team, giving you agents, I'm like, Mark, do the 4 things that are required for me to give you agents is 1, you sell 10 grand a week because anyone can do that, and it's people that have done it before. So I'm like, I know you can do it. It's just a choice if you want to do it every week. And it's not that hard. You could do it in 2 days a week, right? So you got to sell 10 grand a week. You got to have some staff of your own. You got to be hiring at least 5 people a week on your own. Because again, not that hard. You could walk around outside and hire 5 people a week on your own,
Mm-hmm.
And you got to call every single agent that we give you the same day. And you got to set the right expectations for them when we're getting them started. Oh, and you got to convert people at 30% because we're not trying to hire a bunch of people that never make it through.
Right.
Because that's doing them a disservice and it's wasting staff's time and other resources by just plugging people in and hoping for the best.
I love it. Now, what happens if they don't write 10,000 in a week or they don't write 10,000?
They don't get any agents next week.
So they wrote 10,000 the 1st through the 7th. The 8th through the 15th, they don't write 10,000. They get no agents from the 15th, from the 16th to the 23rd.
Correct. Yep.
They write 10,000, the 16th to the 23rd, they're back up. They're back on.
Very forgiving if someone's writing 10 grand. You're back 100%. And the reason is, dude, it's not because like I want our managers to write more. It's because I want new agents that are getting started to be paired with someone that can teach them what to do and someone that can actually teach them how to sell and someone they can follow and believe in. And I think if you're, dude, me early on, I did not articulate stuff very well. I wasn't, very personable. I don't think I was very likable when most people met me, but if you sell a lot of insurance, it gives you a lot of leeway because people will listen to you. So I want people to be with people that can help them learn how to do this job. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If your agent's getting paid, they're going to like you. Right, Mark?
Yes, sir.